back. Winterfell Camp here with me, lad from the woods. Well, we survived that snowstorm. I think I've already done a video about that, but anyways, gonna go outside. It's Wednesday. I think it's the 19th. God, why don't I ever check the dates? Hang on a minute here. Just go on the big PC rather than touching the phone. Okay, yeah, Wednesday, February 19th. It's around it's 3:33 exactly in the afternoon. Anyhow, I cleaned out the wood stove today. So the ashes, because, they build up quick, because, I've been burning nonstop for, I don't know, has it been over a couple weeks or more? So, whoops, that little log just kind of fell out. Let's put her back in. Just wanted to check before I go outside. So, she's been keeping the place good and toasty. Oops, come on, get up there. There we go. The wood I got from Gerard, I think is how you say that. Actually, not Gerard. I'll have to ask him when I go see him. Me and Alex are gonna trip up and see him and grab another face cord of wood. Late next week. So hopefully I won't have to do this next year. Although I really enjoy going up to see him. So anyways, Alex was here yesterday and he dug me out, at least so I can move around the camp here. Hang on. So you can see he really shoveled. He shoveled, obviously he shoveled for me to get out of the trailer, but you can see how high, hey? So he's got everything out to the shed, dug out so we can get to ice fishing and stuff. Although now the lakes, look at the boat, completely full of snow. Anyways, it'll probably be June by the time I can get into the boat. If we, I'm sure this is not the end of the snow. That's the thing too, eh? Anyways, Jordan hasn't been able to get here yet simply because, the poor lad has been working 24/7, and so he hasn't been able to get here or for me and my mom. Now Alex dug me out with the pickup truck as far as here, but I can't get out. Not with these crappy tires. What are they? Goodyear. To me, they're city tires. They're garbage. But anyway, I haven't worn them off yet. But yeah, I'm not even going to try. I could probably blast through that, but I'm not going to try. It's just pointless. And what am I going to do? Then I got to back in the same thing, and I'll probably get stuck, and I don't want to go through that. I just did get the truck unstuck. So my mom's is the same, but her laneway is longer. Any of you who's been around for a while, you know how long her laneway is. So anyways, the reason I came out here is I'm going to start up the wood splitter. I'm finding that with the wood stove, especially when it's like this, like right now it's about -10 Celsius. So that's actually, finally the birds have shown up. Hey, little guy, I put your food out an hour ago. You're the first one to show up. Not even Melvin the squirrel has shown up. So anyways, boy, there's a lot of creosote at the top of that chimney. I got to do, if you're smart, you do like these burns, like every day you do about like a 500 kind of thing. Hang on, I'm just trying to get you guys set up here because I'm going to go start the that's a little colder than I thought it was getting. You know what? It's because I'm standing around doing nothing too. I need to get moving around. I don't know where my other bag of kindling disappeared to. Where's that at? Oh well. Okay. So do I film this way or should I film the other way? It's actually easier. I just don't know what the quality is when it's pointing at you, right? So let's walk over. Somebody said I should use the other camera and film something called a B-roll, but I have no idea what that is. I can go look it up, but not really my thing. This channel is really just about filming, it's almost like live kind of thing. I don't want to do much editing. I can do editing. That's one thing you guys don't realize is that, and listen, I'm no Spielberg or George Lucas or Gene Roddenberry, but I can edit. I can put in special effects and all that crap. And I played around with shorts with it, right? But it doesn't interest me for Lad from the Woods, because Lad from the Woods is kind of like anybody that's ever watched Trailer Park Boys. Now, I'm not saying I'm like a Trailer Park Boy, because my humor just, if Norm was here, we'd be just like the Trailer Park Boys, because he's got the humor, and my part would be more like Ricky, where, you know, fuck, you know, all that stuff. But not me. But anyways, the idea was, if you ever watch Trailer Park Boys, it's very raw. It's you know, they were only 22-minute episodes back in those days, so they just filmed it pretty raw as they went. And so I like that style for Lad from the Woods. So so I just really haven't, you know, gotten into it, kind of thing. Okay, this is going to be noisy. That's the one thing. So I really can't stop that. But anyways, let's see if we can get this puppy started. She's been starting every time, so I'm not too worried. Choke's in the right place. I need to turn the throttle up a bit. And let's see. Oh, I've got to turn the gas on. That's helpful, eh? On. Yeah, they had very specific things here, which I used to do badly. On the other one, I'd leave the gas open all the time, and I think that I was damaging it. Anyways, let's see. She still hasn't broken in. She needs 5 hours of running, and then I got to change the oil. Well. Oh, there we go. That's the $133 motor I bought from Princess Auto, and it was delivered here. I still can't get that into my head. I'm finding when I feed the fire just slowly through the day, like one piece, smaller pieces, it goes great, right? I just keep it at a steady temperature, keeps everything going. It's obviously using less wood that way, but at night what I'll do, like before I go to sleep, is I'll do that, and then I'll load in a couple of big pieces kind of crosswise, shut it all down, I wake up 6 hours. I've said this already, so anyway. Might be better if I'm a little further away. That shows. That's definitely not right. You can see the splitter now. Oh, yeah.
Laying half naked underground, bitten by a rattlesnake he bought from a traveling circus before it went down. He was honoring Jesus with his rattlesnake dance. Lord, couldn't you have given him one more chance? Bewildered Mary was part of the congregation too. She came flying down into the valley one day on a pale white horse with burning hooves. That's strange, said Reverend Jack. I didn't expect revelation to come so soon. Let's use that to enhance our message while we're pushing through. knock upon the church house door. Standing in the acid rain was a figure in black none of them had seen before. "Oh, is that you, Gabriel?" Reverend Jack said. "Would you like to come inside?" "Nah, my name is actually Satan." Figure said, "My business been going down for a while." So the three of them sat down in the dim, sharing a bottle of warm soy milk. Satan's eyes on Mary, caressing like soft Japanese vintage silk. "I came here to end you," Satan said, and laughed in a peculiar way. But thing is, after having seen your game, I really don't know what to say.
I automatically put the choke on for when I go to start it next time, but you see how easy it started, so I think I'm just going to bring the blue box out. Well, birds and Melvin the squirrel, you guys haven't shown up, so I'm going to use your little bird Peter as a... trying not to tip you guys over here. I think I'm just going to bring my... You see that? Oh yeah. Just gotta bring the blue box out. Told me with my stents that I shouldn't be doing, you know? So I don't know whether they're right or wrong. I just know what they told me. But I was like, not delirious, but it was like, okay, yes, okay, yeah, you know? These are overnighters. I don't need them right at the moment. Well, this piece... that's ironwood. No, not ironwood. This is beech. That's a nice thing that'll burn like forever. I have beech here on the property. And I got lots of ironwood. I don't know what's going on with my ironwood. My ironwood seems to be all dying here. And there's no disease that I've heard. You know, like... you got ash, and you know, of course, we're all cutting ash here because the ash borer beetle, the ash borer beetle has, you know, invaded here in Canada. So, so ash, you're better off cutting it down. Try and get as much as you can. And what was that? Did I just hear a bell? Or something? Oh, maybe one of the chains. I'm like, what the hell? What's that all about? I don't have any alarms like that. I know my carbon monoxide detectors don't sound like that. Okay. Let's see if I'm okay to pick this up. Let me move you guys first. Oh. This is perfect ice fishing weather, I really got to tell you. Like, is that all the way extended? I don't understand sometimes what's going on here. Oh, it is, sorry. This is the channel that... nobody else does this. They cut it, you know. You see all these stupid cuts. No, they're not stupid. I shouldn't say that. Because you know, it was one thing when I was younger. We used to get into, it's funny because we used to get into, I guess I can't zoom out, eh? No. Okay. In the old days, I'm talking the 70s here now, okay? In the 70s, we kids would sit around and, you know, we'd be at somebody's place. In my case, it was a friend named Glenn. He had a younger brother, Greg, and then like a crew of guys. Now, Greg and Glenn and those guys were all big Led Zeppelin guys, right? I was a Who guy. And there was other guys that were Who guys. And there was this competition that we all made up in our heads. The bands had, you know, there wasn't anything like that in Rolling Stone or on TV. But we all argued, who's the better band? Who's got the better drummer? Who's the best guitarist? You know, that kind of stuff, right? So my thing was, and I love Led Zeppelin, don't ever get me wrong. One of my all-time favorites. One of the reasons I became a drummer is because of John Bonham. Of course, Keith Moon from The Who. I wanted to be Keith. And Ginger Baker from Cream are my three big ones. And so we have these big, you know, oh, that's not too bad. I don't know if you guys saw me pick that up, but anyways, not bad. I'm just kind of putting it on here so I'm not putting the pressure on my chest. Oh, I'll get that in there and then I'll stack some pieces. I'm thinking about taking the, so I have this milk crate. It's a recycling crate that we don't use anymore. But there's, you guys might have seen, I have this quartz heater in here. And I'm thinking about just taking it right out and having Alex build me a wood box for inside. So it'll be a lot bigger and I can put a lot more wood in there and I don't have to keep loading it in all the time, right? So anyway, he's on his way here. My mother, her Shaw satellite has been dead for the past, you know, since the snowstorm. And it's covered in snow, so she's got no TV over there. I can't get in there. As I said, I told Jordan to do us last because we're not a big customer for him. So it's like, you know, and there's other customers that obviously have priority. You know, they got to go to work or whatever have you. Well, me and my mom don't work. So she's fine over there. And, you know, we're not newcomers to the country like a lot of people out here. You know, like you guys saw, I made the videos. Can I just switch this around and see how that works? I'm just going to stack these smaller pieces. Okay. I'm just going to stack these smaller pieces back on the pile. There's no snow coming that I'm aware of. I check the weather. Like most Canadians, 50,000 times a day. I'll just put these over on this side. I've got some small rounds there, so they're nice to feed in steady and slow. Yeah, so he's on his way over. He's just going to walk into my mom's, and my mom has like a broom, and he can access it from the window, hopefully, like she used to do. And I think I'll bring that puppy in. And he's going to walk in. He can't drive in. So he'll walk in and hopefully he can get that Shaw satellite dish uncovered so she can watch her TV. And she's going to bring in the mail and the newspapers for her because it's Wednesday. So her newspapers are on Tuesday to Saturday. So she has at least 2 newspapers, assuming they showed up. The roads are good now, so they should, and there should be mail there for her. So that makes her really happy. As long as she's got her mail and her TV and her music and food. And of course, we're not newcomers, as I was saying. Like I loaded up food, firewood. My mom, same deal. So we were ready to be snowed in. And like I told Jordan, it's like, hey, go do your other people first. You know, because it's not as if... not as if we need to be out for anything. So anyhow, oh, I love this weather. I'm really going to miss it when it gets back up to plus 20 Celsius, plus 25. I hate that so much. I don't want to live here. Oh, I got news. I finally, maybe we'll go inside. I'll make a coffee. I'm just trying to see. I think I'm going to get Alex maybe Friday. Depends on the schedule. But he didn't dig out the walkways to the propane tank and to the pump house. I need that done. I'll talk to him when he gets here. So Yeah, this is the perfect ice fishing weather, but can't do anything about it right now. And I'm going to get him to uncover the ATV. I'm going to get him maybe to dig around it a little bit, and hope you guys can see me. And I'll see if I can get it started and get that out of there and moved. I don't know where, but somewhere more accessible, because I mean the thing is completely snowed in here. Show you guys. So I mean, you know, my fault. I just haven't done anything. So, you know. Anyways, at least I have access to the hydro panel, the tuned up and ready to roll generators underneath that tarp. So all I got to do is come out, pull it, start it. I move the small cord, which keeps the pipes from freezing between the pump house and the trailer, and underneath. Yeah, anyways, the keeps the pipe warmers going so nothing freezes. So that gets plugged in, and then you can see the big 30 amp yellow one way up there. That puppy goes on that, and it runs the whole place. Now, the only thing I can't run is my pump. Now, my friend Charles Bright Electric, said there was a way to do something that you can use it at least a little bit. So I don't know what he was talking about there, and he's been super busy. So it's like whenever he gets around to me, he gets around to me. But eventually we'll have something set up so that there is a power outage. That generator, maybe I'll have to turn everything else off and then run it, fill up the tank, whatever, fill up bottles, whatever have you here, and then put everything back the other way. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of like like I don't really know how that's going to work, because he hasn't been here to show me all that. So anyways, that's fine. The only thing I could do, see, the problem is my well pump needs 240, what is that, 240 amp or whatever. Normally it's 120 for everything, but of course, being it's 140 feet down, and the pump is, an internal pump. So, she needs a bit of juice to pull that water up all that way and then pressurize, the tank in the pump house. So it holds, what does it hold? 20 liters, 5 gallons at a time, I guess. Is that what that is? In my blue pressure tank, I guess that's 5 gallons. So, I always keep water bottles filled in the refrigerator. Actually, they're due to be changed, because you should rotate the water out, because you never know. Even a refrigerator could pick up something, and you end up, sitting on the throne longer than you normally would want to. So, but anyways, that's one of the things on the list for spring, or once blackfly season is over. So you can see here, you saw when I was doing it anyway, that's what I have left for firewood. So this will be fine until next week when me and Alice go see Gerard. So snow hasn't really built up as much as I thought it would on the roof, but being that this is not insulated like a regular house, a lot of heat's going through that, so it's melting it, because you can see all the icicles there, eh? So, anyways, this is getting on 30 minutes, so let's kill this for the moment. Go inside, and we'll just do a last little bit of thing, and I'll make a coffee. I did something real stupid today. You guys won't believe it. Well, you guys will believe it. I went to make my first coffee of the day, and I was kind of groggy. My friend Dougie had left that HASH there. Maybe that'll keep the censor people happy. Homemade stuff that he makes. It's what we used to call biker HASH. Really powerful shit. Hard as a rock, though. So I hadn't been able to figure out how to, other than just heating it and scraping pieces off. And then Alice comes in here. He says, why don't you just hit it with a hammer? It's that hard. It should break apart. It's like a piece of granite almost, right? Or a stone. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So we did that. And it worked. So, and then I got pieces small enough I could actually put them in the grinder. So then I just mix it in with the weed because I don't do tobacco. So a lot of people do that. But I can also put the pieces in my little mod. So that's pretty, pretty cool. So, but it took Alex to say, why don't you use a hammer? And I'm like, fuck, I should have thought of that. So maybe this will be a part 1 and 2 because this is 30 minutes and I don't know. It's a lot of work. That's not a lot of work to edit. It's no different. It's just it takes forever to upload because, my Starlink upload is still, I think, only around 20 megabit upload. So it's running, the Starlink here is running, hang on a minute. Speed has definitely gone up. I'm running pretty much, see the dish is way, not that round dish way up there. That beams the internet to my mom's so that she shares the same Starlink as me, being that my, company I do stuff with is specialty. I mean, they built this tower here 12 years ago. So anyway, the square one, that's the Starlink. That's a Gen 2, so it's not one of the newer ones. Newer, but Gen 3 was released in August. But anyways, the speeds have definitely gone up. Now the average is around 250, which if you'd asked me that, I don't know, it's in late fall, early fall, it was around 180. So the speeds are definitely going up. So, well, I knew that. Every time he launches satellites up there, the speeds go up. It takes about 2 weeks, I think, for the satellites once they're launched. And he's only launching like 20 at a time because that's the Falcon 9s don't carry as much. The Starship will carry 300 or 400 satellites at a time. So things will go up exponentially. Assuming the idiot doesn't get back to running his companies instead of doing all this bullshit with Trump. I'm not saying what he's doing wrong, Elon is. He is doing some things wrong, interfering with other people's elections, talking to these countries. That's not your job, pal. Trump hired you to do the DOG thing. And that's good what you're doing there, but you need to do it quietly because, well, as I've said in a lot of texts, when you're a businessman, there's 2 rules. Well, one rule that you stick with and never change. Okay, and that's for you young entrepreneurs out there. Listen to an old man. Is you never reveal your politics or your religion to potential customers because it forces them to choose. Well, if they're forced to choose and it's 50% against and 50% for, well, you've lost 50% of your customers. That's stupid. It's none of their business. It's none of your business what their politics are. Go do what you got to do with them. Fix whatever your business is and then be done with it. Be polite, be good to a customer and they'll call you back. But the minute you start choosing sides, so of course the entire world, well, Elon's with Trump. So, so for Elon, that's actually put it out there. Now, his politics are not Donald Trump's politics. I'll explain that to you. It's that he really is what they call an old school New Deal Democrat. Yes, he does have some conservative things, but that's none of it matter. The problem is what I see with Elon is he's liking the limelight being next to the president and around all these powerful people, even though he's the richest man on the planet. For some reason, he needs to, I say he's been masturbating to Trump because it just doesn't make sense what he's doing. He should just be running his businesses. Do the Dodge thing, DOGE, whatever, right? But do it quietly. Stay out of the limelight. Let other people do that stuff. That's what Trump hired them for. Frankly, I am no fan of Donald Trump or anything, but he's got people around him that can do that very same job without Elon. Right? And Elon's got some pretty big companies he ought to be worrying about, and in particular Starlink. And things in Ontario, like our premier canceled the $100 million deal for Starlink. And that really upset me because that was going to help my friends up northern Ontario, my friends on the First Nations reserves, all this stuff. They don't have fast internet. A lot of rural people, even around here close to Ottawa or Toronto and places, there's just no internet. They're not going to have fiber. They're never going to have any kind of decent internet. So Starlink is our answer. So, what it's amounted to, though, is I'm getting attacked all the time. And I've been called a Nazi, which is absolutely insane. My entire family on both sides fought in World War II against Nazis, or my great uncle Lee served on a big ship out in the Pacific. I think I've talked about this. I've had other uncles that were Canadian that flew in the RAF because there was no RCAF, and we were there 2 years before the Americans showed up too, 1939. So when you idiots start calling me that, Okay. First of all, I don't have anything to do with Elon. It's our company. We do the installations. We employ a dozen Canadian people, like, people that live here. And we're 100% Canadian since 1929. And people, well, what do you mean 1929? Like, you're lying. You're a scammer because, internet has been around. Well, dumbass, what's the name? Baker's Tower Tech 1929. Tower being the fucking operative word. Okay, I'm sorry for yelling at you guys from the woods, but I've been really upset, and I'm very seriously thinking about quitting, which will bring me to actually, you know what? Let's end this because I have something to talk about what I'm up to, and I think you guys will like it. But anyways, insulting me like that, and then there was one person that said something that. From the lifestyle I come from and everything, those are words you kill people for. Okay? Called me a child diddler. All right? I don't like children. You don't see them around here. Okay? I don't go to places where there's many children. Okay? Like, I'm not saying I hate them, like, brr, that kind of thing. I'm old. I got no patience for this. I knew from the day one I would never be a good father. Other people, that's what they do. But to call me that, okay? If you called somebody that in jail, you wouldn't make it out of jail alive. And the world that I inhabited back in the 80s, that is a word that you don't say to people, okay? Unless you're really ready to back it up. And if you can't, well, you're going to likely end up in real bad shape. So, but I was called that because I'm selling installations for Elon's Starlink. Imagine people here in Canada too. This aren't Americans that are saying this. These are Canadians that live. They never say it to me face to face. Like I've said before, back in those days, and it's still that way, when you see me walking up a street, most people, they cross the street. Okay? So, and it's not that I pound my chest and say that. It's just that's been a fact of my life, all my life. I'm 6'1". Back in those days, head to toe in black, which is what I still do. I don't ride Harleys or anything anymore, but I was 330 pounds of very cross, mean, pissed off, drunk, drug taking, whatever person. So I just as likely wanted to smack you as talk to you. But, so these people, Mike Tyson said it perfectly. If I haven't said this already, he says, social media has allowed people to disrespect other people that in the old days you would have gotten a punch to the face for. Now you can't go punch these people in the face because they're keyboard warriors that do nothing but talk behind a keyboard. And you're cowards. And if you guys ever see this and connect Lad from the Woods to Ontario Satellite Internet or Baker's Tower Tech, I'm telling you now, you're cowards when you call me a Nazi or worse or other things. And you're completely stupid. You were all Elon fans before all this. But now you want to be virtue signaling and attacking a company like ours. Other companies, one of our competitors was physically assaulted in a parking lot at Home Depot at North Bay. I think I've talked about that. And he's talked about it again recently. Like, people, get your shit together, okay? Yeah, Trump is doing some stupid shit to Canada, and so is Elon. But to attack fellow Canadians, my family's been here over 150 years. So you people calling me that, your family history probably is the last 30, 50. You're probably idiots for the most part. You don't understand rural people out here and what they need and what they don't have. And like I say, that contract getting canceled has hurt a lot of good people. And for me, it was like, I get to do something for the up north that's actually worthwhile doing and still make $1 or $3. And anyways, maybe I'll split that in two and just say, listen, this is kind of like a political talking thing, which I don't, like I said, I usually keep that to a voice in the bush, but I had to talk about this because, my Lad from the Woods, other than Real Wicked Tunes, is my biggest channel, 514 users, so we're really nobodies, but anyways, so we'll leave it at that, but yeah, these people, that wood stove's burning good. I just realized there's not any smoke coming. All I see is, the heat, little heat waves. I can zoom this way, can't I? Yeah. Can you see the heat waves coming off of that? That's when you know your wood stove is cooking the right temperature and burning properly. No smoke, and that's good. So, anyways, Jordan's been sending me some messages, so I'm going to stop this, and then we'll go in and make a coffee. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm up to. There's something going on, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Sorry for some of you doing the political talk, but I've been directly affected by this, as has my company, and it's for complete stupidity. I have my opinions on Elon. It's strictly in a business sense. He should be paying attention to his businesses. Do the Doge thing or whatever they call that, but do it quietly, because you have big businesses to worry about and you're hurting your businesses, especially here in Canada. People are upset about the tariffs, and you can't blame them. Listen, those tariffs are going to affect average Canadians and average Americans. And I got no beef with average Americans. I do not want you people hurt down there for these tariffs, but that's what's going to happen. This dummy doesn't seem to understand. All the big shots that run the American banks and all that money stuff, they're all saying the same thing. This is dumb. You're going to hurt average America. And hasn't average America taken enough hits in the face? That's why they elected Trump. Well, it's no different in this country. And that's why Trudeau is gone. Probably it'll be Carney as the Liberal leader. Maybe he'll win the election. Maybe he won't when it comes. But whatever the case is, it's us, regular people, that are getting hurt. So anyways, enough. So please like, share, and subscribe. Comment, of course, if you want to support the channel. It's paypal.com/ladfromthewoods. Or if you want to buy me a coffee, or I'm going to have a whiskey soon for Norm, buymeawhiskey.com/ladfromthewoods. Okay? I'm on Instagram, Rumble, Facebook, TikTok. Is there another one that I forgot? Threads. Reddit. But I put all the same stuff, so whatever one is your favorite thing. If you come here and you go, I prefer Reddit, well, some of the videos that go on YouTube go there, and same as Rumble. Okay? So, be good to your fellow human. I'm going to take my glove off for this. Okay? Peace, long life, and live long and prosper. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.